Ciao and welcome to What's Cooking Ari in week 18 of The Sweetest Kind of Death. The illusion of time to become ready. 1999 was the year of learning about commitment. I was finishing up my studies at UC Irvine and I had made a promise that I was committed to keep. I had earned my position at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, and for the first time I felt the pressure of becoming something for real. But commitment has a strange way of affecting your mindset. As the journey of your young adult life proceeds to its final chapters of education, the more you start questioning whether you're enough for people that you love. So, not long after starting at Morgan, I made a decision that didn't make sense to anyone but me. Sometimes I even wonder if it even made sense to me. I broke up with Asal, not because I didn't love her, but because I really did. I looked at my life, unfinished school, a new career, uncertainty in every direction, and I told myself a lie that felt like truth. I'll seek love again when I've fully built my career. So I pushed her away. I told her to go seek somebody more complete, someone more stable, someone who had already built what I was still trying to become. But my heart had already committed to her from day one, and the heart doesn't undo love. Our separation didn't last. About a month later, life pulled us back together. Asal, the wonderful gal, the same person who had been the bridge between us not long ago, came back into town from San Francisco. The minute she found out that I was making the biggest mistake in my life, she reached out, screaming, wondering why would I be foolish enough not to seek love in its purest form. And just like that, the distance collapsed. Because some connections aren't built on timing, they're built on truth. And the truth doesn't stay buried for long. I loved her, and she knew it. At work, everything was moving fast. 6 a.m. arrivals, watching the stock market bell ring at 6:30 in the morning, seeing wealth created and disappear in a matter of seconds. Trades happened instantly, and the name of the game was not waiting. It was making the right moves in the right moments. The bullpen at Morgan Stanley was loud, aggressive, relentless. The phones ringing, rejection flying, pressure everywhere. But I found my rhythm. My past experience gave me an edge. I knew how to talk to people, I knew how to handle objections, and I knew how to stay on the phone when others folded. Before long, I wasn't just learning, I was teaching, helping other rookies find their voice, showing them how to push through fear, becoming something that I didn't realize at the time, a leader. But while I was building confidence on the phone, life outside of it was breaking me. My father's health was deteriorating. Diabetes had taken its toll. Neglect had turned into consequence. He had developed gangrene in his right foot. The infections wouldn't heal. And then came the moment that changes a family forever. They had to amputate 4 of his toes. I'll never forget it. The hospital room, the smell, the silence between conversations, the weight of knowing this didn't have to happen, but it did. And through it all, my mother never left his side. She was there every day, not because it was easy, not because he made it easy, but because love, real love, doesn't negotiate when things get hard. She took care of him even when he didn't take care of himself. And in that moment, I saw something that no book, no class, no career could ever teach me. Love is not about perfection. Love is about presence. So there I was, building a future at Morgan Stanley, trying to become ready for the life that I wanted, while watching in real time how fragile that future actually is. And the illusion started to crack because I thought I had time to build myself, to secure my career, and then come back to love. But life was showing me something different. You don't get to schedule what matters most. So, what is the reflection of this week? This was the moment that I began to understand the illusion of preparation can cost you the very thing you're preparing for. I almost lost Asal trying to become ready for her. My father was losing his health waiting for a future that never came. And my mother showed me that love doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It shows up anyways. So, how does love work in this with my bank? This chapter made a deep deposit into my bank. I learned that time is not guaranteed. I learned that love is not something that you delay. I learned that growth and connection must happen together, not sequentially. Because if you wait, one of them might not be there when you're ready. So here is the kill move. And again, I hope you try to do this in 48 hours. Kill the illusion that you have time to become ready. Reach out to someone you've been waiting to show up for. Stop delaying a relationship, a conversation, or a commitment. Do it now, not when it's convenient. Then record it in your bank of time and trust. That's a real deposit. So I leave you with this closing candle for this week. The greatest lie we tell ourselves is that we'll come back to what matters later. Ciao and enjoy this week.